Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Home of Politics. Thank you. My good people, yesterday in Bondo, during the requiem final mass of giving bye-bye to the deceased of police brutality, several leaders gave their speeches, and among these people who gave their speeches, almost 50% of these leaders came to do their politics, and they did not come to comfort the mourners. These people were giving their complaints, their lamentation to President William Samoei Ruto and the government at large, but they had forgotten the intention of going to the burial to mourn with the mourners. But one of the things that I was keen with, it is some of the leaders' speech, and one of the leaders is Jeremiah Kioni from Jubilee Party. Jeremiah Kioni said he will continue to carry the sufuria on his head with the demonstration until the time when he will see President William Samoei Ruto has gone home to Sugoi. With this statement, he also added that the government is doing the profiling, whereby most of the Luo community are the people who died during the demonstration. Yet we know in other places people died. That one is according to him, it is his own opinion, and maybe he has facts behind it. But Jeremiah Kioni did not offer the solution of mourning, deaths, and other things, because whenever he is providing a problem of carrying the sufuria and continuing on with the demonstration, he should also provide the solution, to which one day, one time, whenever they put an end of demonstration, then the solution should be there. Ladies and gentlemen, among these speeches of the leaders, which caught my attention was the speech of Hon Raila Odinga. It shows that he has been touched in his heart with the pain that these families have endured. Basing on the number of injured people who are still in medication, the people who have lost their lives, some were buried and others are still there, which were being buried yesterday. Some of these people, it is confirmed, even some of them have not even received medication because they did not show up so that they can get help. With this pain that is in Raila Odinga's heart, he has come out to make another decision, that he will never, from henceforth, he will never allow the people to go in the street again to demonstrate. He will advise these people to stay in their houses and see if the problem will find them in their homesteads. And he will also advise them to stay inside and to be protected. Anybody should not come out of their houses. Ladies and gentlemen, this is enough of demonstration, because Kenyans will not be suffering too much because of the incitement of the leaders who have not even been injured. They even don't know how that bullet tastes, but they have been going there to take the bullets on their behalf. Please watch on the following video and listen carefully.
People of Kenya, ultimately it will be our responsibility to liberate our country. And Kenya must and can be liberated. We must tell them also that we will not be cowed by this act. And we don't even have to bring people on the streets. We can tell people to stay home. That's another way of expressing displeasure and dissatisfaction. Next time we will not tell the people to come to the streets, we tell the people to stay in their homes. Stay in your homes and see what they're going to do. We will tell you, don't come out. Stop anybody who is trying to come out. Just stay at home. Stay at home.
Why do you think Honorable Raila Odinga just woke up and he decided to stop the demonstrations at once. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, it might be the pain and the suffering that the people have been enduring that have caused him to stop this demonstration. That one is obvious. But the critical reason behind this sudden stopping of demonstration is about a critical investigation, findings and the conclusion that have been done in our nation in 3 days, and this one has been conducted by the Commonwealth election observers. This is a foreign group, and Kenya being one of the members of Commonwealth community, this group has decided to come and investigate things to do with the 2022 August elections. The Commonwealth election observers have stayed in Kenya for 3 days. That one is starting from date 7, date 8 until date 9 of August 2023. And this one has been something that has been happening maybe without the Azimio la Umoja coalition knowing, but it was finding the facts behind this crisis of election rigging. We see even the agendas that is making the Azimio la Umoja and Raila's group at large to be so unrestful. It is about the story of rigging of elections in the 2022. For instance, the Commonwealth election observers came in Kenya, and these observers were led by one of their leaders called Honorable Bruce Golding, who is the former Prime Minister of Jamaica. These delegates were 15 in number, and they decided to split into 14 different teams. These 14 different teams were deployed in various counties and regions in Kenya. If I can just mention, we have another group that was deployed in Nairobi and Kiambu counties. In the coastal region, this group were deployed in Mombasa County. In the northeastern region, we see they were deployed in Machakos. In Nyanza region, this group of Commonwealth election observers were deployed in Kisumu and Kisii. We also have Rift Valley in places like Nakuru, Eldoret, Kitale, and West Pokot. We see in Western region, this group was deployed in Kakamega, Vihiga, Busia, Bungoma. These investigations have been happening in 3 days, and the Commonwealth election observers group have carried out their observation, investigation, and finally they have come up with their finding and concluded about the same issue of elections. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that the Mount Kenya region and the North Rift region of Kenya, these are the areas that gave President William Samoei Ruto a lot of votes, amounting to almost 63% of his total votes. Areas like Laikipia, Tharaka Nithi, Murang'a, Kiambu, Nyeri, Kirinyaga, Nyandarua, Embu, Meru, Nakuru, Kitale, Uasin Gishu, these are the areas that gave President William Samoei Ruto a lot of votes. And going through the list of the regions that these Commonwealth observers were deployed, these are among the regions that observation were being carried out. And according to the findings and conclusions of this group of Commonwealth, they found out that Kenya in the 2022 elections had improved in the technology in terms of election, whereby the election was digitalized, it was online, and every process was able to be aired out in a way that everybody could access it. Another findings, the elections, according to the officers, the poll officers and other staff who handled the election process, They were deployed in huge number, and it enhanced a faster speed, and everything was better compared to the previous elections. And according to their conclusion, these Commonwealth election observers concluded that the election of 2022 August in Kenya, it was credible, credible, it was transparent, it was also peaceful, and at the same time it was accountable, my good people. But they observed some of the problems that Kenyan Electoral Board has. Number one, Kenyan Election Board, the IEBC, should improve towards the end result announcement, because we see in last year's announcement of results there was much delay during that announcement of results, and people overstayed in the bomas of Kenya, whereby they were impatient, and even some conflict arose among these people who were eagerly waiting for the results. Another problem that the IEBC should improve, on the sector of transparent on the finalization of the voter register. There were also some delays, and we see even that day electricity disappeared, and when it came back things had changed all of a sudden. So those were some of the weaknesses that the IEBC should improve on. Ladies and gentlemen, it is on this factor that Raila Odinga have considered to stop demonstration, because if even the outside world, the foreign community, has even joined their hands to help Raila Odinga in investigating the elections, because he said it was being rigged. And do not forget that one of the agendas in the bipartisan talk, it is about the opening of the servers, so that they can determine who won and who lost, and also the reconstitutioning of the IEBC. So these Commonwealth election observers have at least brought the process to be so simple, and at least maybe basing on these facts that have been carried out by the Commonwealth election observers, then Raila has found a big reason at least to cool down. And this same report have been given to stakeholders of the Commonwealth, stakeholders. Some of the findings also, the same thing, have been given to the government of Kenya and other important institutions that are governing the things to do with peacekeeping, elections, disputes and crises that are happening in the nations across the continent. And therefore, even the issue to do with reporting this thing to the ICC court, maybe it cannot be successful, because the report, basing on the report and conclusion of the Commonwealth election observers, then it means everything was at a fair ground, and the other party should accept and at least learn to be accommodated with the government. I don't know what you think about the other reason that have made Raila Odinga to stop the demonstration all of a sudden, but as for me, it is due to the deaths that have been experienced, the pains that have been caused to these families. That one is the reason number one. And number two, it is the finding and the conclusion of the Commonwealth of the election observers that has made him to stop demonstration. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.